There's a wide variety of issues in the industrialized world that can cause the bile to become too thick and sticky to flow correctly. This is so common that we probably see in about 60% of our clients that these folks need help getting their bile thin so that it will flow properly. When the bile becomes too thick and sticky to flow properly, all those toxins that the liver filtered out and put into the bile don't get taken out the back door. They can be reabsorbed into the system, and then they make the system a whole lot more toxic, and the liver has to filter them out all over again. The liver's like, hey, I just did this. Why do I got to do this again? And eventually it gets overwhelmed, and then the body needs to call on its backup systems to help with this detoxification process. Remember that the skin is one of our backup systems for this process. If the skin becomes a primary player in detoxification, that means too much junk is trying to get out of the body through the pores in the skin. That would be like trying to poop through your skin. Like, you know for a fact that that's not going to go well. Beyond taking all of the toxins that the liver filters out and removing them from the body, and beyond coming down and neutralizing the acids that leave the stomach so we get that sizzle and we can pull all the nutrients out of our food, beyond all that, bile is also like a soapy substance that helps us emulsify or break down our fats. When these dietary fats that we consume can't be digested correctly, they become toxic and they become a burden that the body has to try to figure out how to get rid of. So when bile isn't flowing correctly, not only can toxins get pushed out through the pores in the skin, so can undigested toxic fats. So even if you eat a healthy fat, if it doesn't get broken down correctly, it can rot or ferment and just turn into this toxin, and then the body's going to try to push these toxic fats out through the skin. So these toxic fats are really good at clogging up the pores and creating acne or waste from an infection, increasing your toxic load. And this often has a lot to do with a lack of stomach acid. Beyond stomach acid helping our body break food down correctly in the stomach and acidify it, the stomach acid is also the barrier to the whole body. So when bacteria and other little varmints come in on the food that we eat, they die in an acid bath when our stomach makes enough stomach acid to fry them all. But if we don't have enough stomach acid, these little guys can come in and they set up camp and they have keg parties and they raise their kids. And the problem is that they all have a waste product just like we have waste product. And that waste product, when it's really a lot, can accumulate that toxic load and cause the body to want to store more toxins in fat cells. These infections can become significant and they can move from your stomach down into your intestinal tract and create a SIBO problem, and it can be bacterial, it can be fungal, it can be parasites, it can be a wide variety of issues.